incredibly rich history that dates all the way back to Neolithic times. Its prime location overlooking the Bristol Channel has helped shape and develop its timeline, and over the centuries has made Barry a popular and desirable place for various civilizations to take root here. Since there is so much history to unpack from Barry, from its prehistoric days all the way through to its Victorian development and its turbulent 20th century history, today's focus will therefore be on the ancient past of Barry's beautiful coastline. Barry supposedly gets its name from the 6th century saint called St. Barrick. Barry has a multitude of beaches, including Barry's most well-known beach, Whitmore Bay, which is on Barry Island, Jackson's Bay, which is a smaller beach but also on Barry Island, the Old Harbour, which is recognisable by its harbour wall, Coldnap Beach, which is known as the Pebbly Beach, and Porthkerry Beach, which links on from Coldnap Beach. We associate Barry with its beloved island full of fun fairs, fish and chips, and of course Gavin and Stacey. However, due to its excellent bays and rich limestone that is good for farming, it would seem that our ancient ancestors also considered Barry an excellent prime location. We know from Tinkinswood and St. Lythans that the Vale has had its fair share of prehistoric history that dates back to the Neolithic period. In fact, on Barry Island, tools were unearthed as well as various bits of pottery that date back to this period in time. Local archaeologists have discovered many Bronze Age burial chambers across Barry, and these chambers are called barrows. These barrows were found in different parts of Barry, including Westwood Corner. This is in the heart of an estate on top of the cliff above Coldnap. Another name for a barrow is a tumulus, and this one is well preserved and stands around 1.8 metres wide. Another 6 barrows were discovered and excavated by John Romilly Allen in 1872. These were discovered on Friars Point, which is the cliff point that goes past the sandy beach on Barry Island, creating the division between Whitmore Bay and the Old Harbour. Friars Point barrows are single round mounds, and a total of 6 were found. It was John Romilly Allen who first excavated them in 1872. They were then re-excavated by another archaeologist called John Story in 1894. In 1895, John Story also unearthed a stone cist near Friars Point. Inside were the remains of a female considered to date back to the Bronze Age. John Story placed her skeleton with the remains of St. Barrick Chapel, which was also unearthed and discovered above Jackson's Bay. For some time, around 43 AD, the Romans tried and failed to conquer this area of South Wales. This was due to the might and success of the Silures. For 7 whole years, the leader of the Silures, Caratacus, successfully fought off the Emperor Claudius and his army. Eventually, however, Caratacus was defeated around 51 AD by the Roman governor Astorius Scapula. Caratacus had a nephew named Ceri, who later became the leader of the Silures. But he was an allied force with the Romans after his uncle's defeat. It was Ceri that used Porthkerry as a shipbuilding port and gave the area an excellent and important reputation. It is suggested, though there is some debate, that the name Porthkerry does derive from Ceri himself, and that it means the port of Ceri. Due to its high cliff and sheltered port, the Romans had a great use for Porthkerry and its surrounding bays. The high cliffs surrounding Porthkerry offered an excellent viewpoint. These defences are called the bulwarks. These bulwarks were actually built during the Iron Age, but the Romans used them to their advantage. This is a fort that has a view over the sea and valley. This is an area that covers around 30 acres and is 180 feet above sea level. Therefore, the reason the Romans liked this position so much was because it gave them an excellent panoramic view of the area, and this would have been a great advantage for the Roman defences. Roman coins dating back to the Emperor Claudius have been found around Barry Coastline, as well as the ancient woodland called Glamorgan, which is located near Marine Drive on the cliff above Coldnap. It is considered that due to the rich limestone along this coastline, the land would have been used for farming and growing crops such as corn, and it would have been given the Romans a source of income. At the bottom of Marine Drive's hill at Coldnap, a Roman villa built around 287 and 293 AD was discovered. The villa consists of 22 rooms, but there is no sign of baths or any other form of luxury. This would suggest that the villa may have only been occupied by workmen or military who were overseeing the trade. Therefore, the lack of luxury would give the indication that this villa was for temporary and practical purposes only. The site was excavated in more recent times by the Glamorgan Gwent Archaeology Trust between 1980 and 1988. During the Roman times, the old harbour would have been much smaller. It has even been suggested by archaeologists that there may have been an old Roman quarry here that occupied this area. The old harbour's location would be particularly desirable for the Romans because it would have been sheltered from the weather, but at the same time would also be concealed from unwanted forces from the channel. Furthermore, when the tide went out, the old harbour would provide a walkway between the mainland and Barry Island, which at the time would have been an actual island. The Romans certainly occupied Barry Island and would have even dwelled there. Evidence of this comes from the Roman well, which is located on the island. It was discovered in the same vicinity as the St. Barrick's Chapel above Jackson's Bay. Once again, it was John Story who excavated this in 1895. It is even suggested that St. Barrick himself may have used this well, and pilgrims believed it had magical healing properties, and today it is even called St. Barrick's Well. However, some archaeologists and historians still believe that the well goes back even further to the Roman times. Even more physical concrete proof that the Romans were here comes from small fragments of pottery that were discovered in the same area, which gives further support and conclusive proof that the Romans most certainly occupied Barry Island. There is one main legendary ghost story that comes from Barry Island. This tale involves the local hero named Benedict the Fighter. The story tells of Benedict fighting off a mob of Spanish pirates who tried to board his ship. According to the local legend, he fought these pirates single-handedly and sailed back to Barry, and his locals hailed Benedict a hero. Sadly, the man of the hour lost his life at sea during a storm after he completed many other voyages. Now, according to local ghost enthusiasts, Benedict the Fighter's ghost came back to Barry and now haunts the shores to protect the town from further invasion. And there we have it, a brief summary of Barry's ancient past and how its magnificent coastline played a major role in shaping its history. Thank you for watching this video from Tales from Wales and the Great Beyond.